Yo, people, I hope you're doing well. I'm back today for a new video on Forza Horizon 4. In this video, I'll list the vehicles that are, in my opinion, the most bizarre, improbable, and weirdest in the game. Since we're starting to have quite a few vehicles that really stand out and are truly unique in their own way in this Forza Horizon 4. And precisely, this video is going to be dedicated to them, quite simply. Especially since I think we'll have other vehicles, a bit what the fuck, added to the game in the coming months with future updates. Since it does happen every 3 or 4 months that we get a somewhat weird vehicle added to Forza Horizon 4. The first one I'm going to show you in this category is the Lotus James Bond Esprit S1 from 1977. A car that, like that, doesn't necessarily look like much. It's a pretty quite manageable car. One might wonder what's special, and what's special is that the car is from the James Bond pack. On this Forza Horizon 4, you will be able to use some of their gadget, you will especially be able to see them. For instance, on the Aston Martin DB5, which is equipped with a cannon, you will be able to bring out the cannons but not use them. That's what I mean. Here, on this car, there is still something quite particular. It is that you will be able to put on it a very special body kit. So it's not at all a Liberty Walk or Rocket Bunny kit or that kind of thing. Here, it's going to be a James Bond 007 kit. This will transform the car into a submarine. It's clearly the first car to do so. That fits perfectly with this video theme, because it's really unique in its kind. That is to say, there is no other submarine car on Forza Horizon 4. If I end up making this video, it's partly thanks to Grand Theft Auto 5, because in Grand Theft Auto 5, right now I'm doing heists, and one of the complex heists, where precisely we drive a copy of James Bond's Lotus Esprit, with the possibility of turning it into a submarine to rob a real submarine. And it's true that I remembered, thanks to Grand Theft Auto 5, that there was this car on Forza Horizon 4. With a little video of the sort, it could be quite simple. So there you have it, little Lotus Esprit S1 with the submarine kit. You see, when we turn squarely, I don't know how to say the palaces, the fins on the side, which also turn for I don't know how to say, maximize the turns underwater with this car, which is a bit weird. So there you have it, little Lotus Esprit James Bond, which I believe you can use underwater. Although it may not be the ideal time to make this video since it's currently winter, I decided to proceed anyway. You can't go into the lake, but when we're in another season in the lake, here, you can go. I believe in it with the James Bond Lotus. And here is another vehicle. Well, what the fuck anyway. The Warthog, which comes from the Halo game, which is another exclusive in the first place, Xbox, which will soon become, just like Forza, a multi-platform game, since soon the next one will be able to do it on PC as well. I believe it's like most Xbox games, which will all be released on PC now. And there you have it, with a little bit of what the fuck too, since it is clearly unique in its genre, and it is still in a category. But I believe it's in extreme all-terrain. If my memory serves me right, then wait, we're going to check this right away. When sorting by year, it shows the item is from 2005, number 554. It's quite funny to see such an extreme example. They really respected the Halo thing, simply the story of Halo, by putting us on Forza Horizon. Despite being a good vehicle in its category with decent handling, its lack of acceleration is a bit of a problem. However, it's quite improbable. And it makes a rather stylish sound. So there you have it, little Warthog, which is clearly part of the slightly weird things in this Forza Horizon for me. 4, meaning it's not a downloadable content. This one, it's a base vehicle of the game. And by the way, it was also present on Forza Horizon 3. We continue with the Ford Transit, the basic model, in Forza Edition. It's already a bit peculiar to have it on a racing game, but, well, at the limit. Why not? Knowing that there are several other utility vehicles in the game that can be used, why not, in a race on this Forza Horizon 4? But the transit towards Forza, it is still very strange in the sense that it is completely cheated, in fact, quite simply. You will be able to swap it with a 512, the 512 that comes from the Lamborghini Aventador. And, as you can see, and as I will show you a little bit in this video, it is extremely maneuverable, and it is even almost in fact more maneuverable than an Aventador, while clearly it shouldn't. You'll see, we're going to take turns at almost 400 kilometers per hour. Simply put, in utility, I think it's the fastest utility vehicle in the world. Without any doubt, it's not adjusted, just improved. We can take turns without pressure at 236 miles h. To me, that's part of a vehicle's definition. It's surprising, but it can certainly happen. When you have a supercar, let's say a bit original or not too improved, to be overtaken on the highway by an improved transit. Forza Edition. And when it happens to you the first time, you still wonder if the guy doesn't have a glitch or a cheat to make his vehicle go faster. Whereas not at all. It's really just a weird and completely broken vehicle from Forza Horizon 4. You see, we're at 370 and we take the turns as if we were at 90 with an ordinary car. We also have another car from a non-Forza video game. Originally, we had the Warthog from Halo, but we also have the Quartz Regalia from the Final Fantasy universe. So here, we're not in the future. We're not in the year 2500, but we're in the past. Since this car is from the year 723, and well, the Quartz Regalia, let's say classic, fits quite well in the game. It's in the Grand Tour category. And let's just say that's it. If you're not particularly familiar with cars, you might believe for a few moments that the Quartz Regalia actually exists. In reality, it can create an illusion because it is quite realistic. Well, it's huge. But in the category of throwing passes, even though we were just going fast and luxurious, the car we have here is very heavy, so it's the Regalia in Type D version, in Monster Truck version. The Type D can be unlocked for free through the mastery points of the rule, provided it is normal. This applies to their world, if you wish to use it precisely for yourself. And it's clearly one of the weirdest cars in the game, in the sense that it's already very fast. It excels in its class, confidently tackling bosses. However, for off-road use, it's entirely unsuitable. It's the only car we can categorize as a monster truck on Forza Horizon 4. There are quite a few cars with big wheels, notably from Jeep, with the Trailcat and Birdie's Jeep. But it's still not comparable with this car that really has even larger dimensions and even bigger wheels. The unique feature in Forza Horizon 4 is pretty cool, even though I prefer having realistic cars that actually exist in the game. It's true that having a little bit of madness like this from time to time, it's pretty stylish. It's fine if you don't overdo it or put your ego into it. Well, finally, in any case, a little D-type Regalia, which I find pretty nice for off-road. Another unique vehicle is the Top Gear tractor. Fortunately, it's distinct from the several other tractors in the game. That would have been a bit over the top. So this one, it was added with update number 11, if I'm not mistaken, so the update that was focused, let's say, on the Top Gear pack of Forza Horizon 4, a new Top Gear series. It allowed locking 3 vehicles? The Mercedes E350D, so the Top Gear. Unfortunately, you can't modify it much, and above all, you can't remove the Top Gear logos, nor change the two-tone paint. So it's not very pretty and not very appreciated. The Clash G6x6 was a vehicle that many people really liked on Forza Horizon 4. And then there's also the tractor, which is a racing tractor, simply a tractor equipped with an engine that comes from Chevrolet. A big family V8, which basically is already quite powerful but could improve. Up to around 1,000 horses, which gives you a tractor that is worth it for him? Flirt. Actually, somewhere. So it's not necessarily a very, very good racing vehicle. So it seems that, well set up off-road, it is very, very good. I can't comment on it personally, even after adjusting it. It may not suit me, but many players seem to like it. Personally, I admit it's not good for a fun ride. 2 minutes with friends, sure, but not for racing. It's true that this type of vehicle is pretty bizarre. Well, there you go, as I was telling you, with LaCroix, very hard. From time to time, a little bit of madness, it does good. Fortunately, it doesn't escalate further. They didn't release a pack of tractors. I remember there were players at the time who thought there would be a pack of tractors, and who had started a little bit, to take it out on the developers on Twitter. When in the end, it's just a vehicle. A bit what the fuck in an update that was rather normal in the end. In conclusion, 2 more vehicles could fit in this category. While still being slightly less bizarre than the other vehicles I showed you, I'll show you the 1969 Hot Wheels Twin Mill, which boasts nearly 2,000 horsepower. It's a sight to behold. The thing is, it's a bit unusable as a car. In the game, let's say that, well, most of the other cars are not necessarily excellent, except for the good one. Shaker, highly appreciated for racing in Category A, mentioned that in the ranked adventure game, the Twin Mill is already somewhat unusable. Because, well, in interior view, well, there you go, I think you understand the problem. You can't see the road because of the 2 engines. But above all, well, it turns very badly and it doesn't have such good acceleration. There you go. It's extremely powerful thanks to its 2 engines, but it doesn't handle as well as that. And I would say that in the tile pack, not in the pig pack, but in the whole pig brand. It's available in the game. It's really the craziest one. The others are a bit more conventional and just look like others, quite classic. And then, otherwise, they look like downright classic base cars, since we also have a patrol Ustan. But the only one that's really recognizable from a great distance stands out. I think it's precisely the twin mill, even though, unfortunately, it's a bit of a flea to drive. Huawei, which is still pretty stylish, and as a collector's car in the game to own in your inventory, it still makes coffee. It deserved a mention in this video, though not quite at the same level as the other cars. A bit of a what the fuck moment I shared with you. Finally, there's the Unimog. Why choose the Unimog over the other 2 trucks? Because there are 2 other trucks. There is a classic Mercedes race truck and a Volvo truck. I discuss Unimog instead of other vehicles because the others are simply trucks, while Unimog stands out. Race? Sport trucks. Since the Volvo, which is the Iron Knight, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, is a truck that was used to set speed records. It's unusual to see trucks in Forza Horizon 4, but a record-breaking truck that reached nearly 300 km/h could be an interesting addition. Still, it can have its place on Forza, it's still the spirit. A bit of mechanical competition. And then the other race truck, it's really a race truck, the Tank Pool, which officially participates in truck races on the truck circuit as well. And so, I think that he, to some extent as well, potentially has his place on Forza, even if once again it's a truck. However, the Unimog that we have here, it's just a truck, there's nothing special about it. You can give it different finishes, different garrison for the trailer, you can improve it, swap it, and you can do different things with it at the improvement level. But it's just a classic truck, and there's not much crazy to show you in the end. So it's a bit what the fuck in that sense, where it's totally unique in the game, in the sense where it's not a race truck, but a civilian truck. It's a truck that really, in reality, is used by firefighters, used by garbage collectors, used by many different professions, often a public service. Especially in Germany, I believe firefighters use an iMog, for example. Finding this vehicle in Forza Horizon 4 is a bit random. So, for me, it deserves an honorable mention. Let's say, without really being on the same level. As other vehicles featured in this video clearly deserve their spot. So, we're reaching the end of the video. Just so you know, there's a booklet about a woodland dog, a little Equinox booklet, if you're looking for it. Chavons. Here's a little wink. I haven't watched my videos yet, so we're nearing the end. I hope you enjoyed it. As usual on Saturdays, don't hesitate to leave a comment if you did. Feel free to subscribe. As usual, feel free to check the description and comments below if you'd like. First support, I have a Utip. I have a Stangling link that allows you to buy your games cheap at the moment, my channel. Lastly, you can support by clicking the join button on this video if you'd like. See you soon, everyone. Ciao.